Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 2. We've got a habit of denting title charges everywhere we go at the minute, but I thought we were so much better. We were more like ourselves tactically. We were spot on. The energy was there. We were just loads better than what we've shown in recent Premier League weeks. I thought we were just had heart and desire and showed quality. And you know, I never really go on about refs, but I mean, it's Villa 2, the ref 2. Do you know what I mean? We've had to beat the ref there because there's so many like niggly fouls that were given for Liverpool and not for us. I mean, the amount of times a Villa player has had their shirt pulled and there's been no fouls. Fouls in the box on set pieces, we get a yellow card. There's one in the Liverpool, we get fouled. And do you know what I mean? All this adds up and it just makes it so much more difficult to even get a foothold in a game if those things are going on. And so, yeah, just annoyed at the ref, really. I thought he was absolutely abysmal. But moving on to the positives for Villa, we showed the desire to get back in the game. You know, the first goal was a mistake from Garcia, but I want to have no sort of slander on Garcia because I thought he was brilliant. He was so good. We all make mistakes. He's a young lad. He's going to learn from it. It's park the mistake and focus on what he's actually good at, and it's going forward, getting balls in the box, being dynamic, tactically very good. So, you know, barring that error, I thought he was brilliant. I just really enjoy watching him. And then we get back in the game with Yuri Tielemans, a really good finish, and then Ollie Watkins' header. Oh my God, what a header that is. Absolutely sensational stuff. And I felt like we'd have to just go in and reset and tactically just adjust to some of the things that Liverpool were doing. You know, they were really good on that little flick over the top, that little blindside runner. I thought we had to cope with that better, which we did. And I think, you know, Liverpool are always going to be a massive threat. You know, they're top of the league, etc. But I thought we held our own and we really started to grow into that game as well. And Liverpool score with a trend deflection, was it, or a shot? Martinez couldn't get to it, but you know, and then Martinez keeps us in the game. He comes off his line, races out the tackle, and then we grow into it, don't we? And then Marlon has that chance at the end, and Rashford was a threat, and Ramsey was a threat, willing runner. Rodgers played well. I thought McGinn was very loose early on, but got to grips of the game, and I felt like he really dominated in there. Him and Tielemans were working so well together. Disasi was just an absolute beast at the back. And yeah, we did have a few little moments with Mings, etc. But you know, I think we deserved that point. I think a point was probably the fair result. I think they had a couple of chances. You know, the one that they skied over in the second half, and we've had that Marlon one, and we've had it flashed across the box. So I'm just really pleased that we stood up. We got the point, and it's a massive point for Villa now. So we move on to the Chelsea game, up the Villa. What are you saying?
Wait. The fact here, that I've spoken to a few Villa fans now, and they're saying they're kind of heartbroken for a draw against Liverpool. Let me tell you this, that just shows how far Villa have come. We can go toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the world. You know what I mean? Bring prime Barcelona and we're going toe-to-toe with them. Like, it was a great performance today. And of course, we got a draw, could have won it towards the end with Daniel Marlon. It was very, very close. And we had a few offsides as well. We could have won that game. But overall, I'm very, very happy with the point. I thought it was a great performance and we played some good football.
Where do you think it sort of leads us now going into Chelsea?
It's one of them ones like where we'll show up in a big game and then the game after that, like prime example, last game against Ipswich, we drew 1-1. Before that, we were doing well. It's I want to say small teams because every team in the Premier League is there for a reason. But those are the games now where we need to start showing up and show some consistency. But the Chelsea game, they're kind of falling off right now, you know what I mean? Enzo Maresca, I would say his hair follicles are gone, but they're already gone, you know what I mean? They're already gone, so he's stressed right now. And we need to give him a good game.
Yeah.
We need to give him a good game.
We need to just play like that and pose some problems.
Thing is, when it's Villa Park under the lights, I'm always confident. Yeah. Big Champions League games, big Premier League games. We bring the energy. You already know, you seen the fireworks at the start, you know what I mean? I spoke to a few a few Liverpool fans and that. They were saying Villa Park's serious, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's good, man. It's good. It's good.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa. Nice one, mate.
Justin, a point. How are you feeling?
I'm chuffed with a point, to be fair. You know, we've gone toe-to-toe with a very, very good side, matched them man for man. I thought we were the better team, if I'm brutally honest. I thought we deserved to probably nick it at the end. I thought Marlon had slotted that right at the end. Last 10, I was just thinking, don't do anything silly, create one chance, just create one more chance, and that we can get over the line here. And I genuinely thought we was going to win it at the end. But yeah, I mean, Liverpool are good-sided now. Let's not beat around the bush. And we've gifted them the first. I mean, the first 20 minutes, half an hour, I'm having a heart attack every time we've got the ball defensively. It is a little bit worrying, but we managed to ride it out, and then we gift them the goal. But I tell you what, you know, it's huge character to come back in that game, and we scored two really, really well-worked goals. You know, Tielemans took it really well, and then Ollie Watkins with he's a fantastic header. You know, leaning back, arching his neck, and he's put it in the bottom corner. And we go in 2-1, deservedly so, in my opinion. And then second half, it's all about what can we do? Can we hold them off? I always felt we needed a third at least to try and win the game, because they were always going to push, weren't they? They got bodies on the bench to come on. They're always going to be a threat, aren't they? We didn't manage to get the third, and they fluke an equaliser. You know, have all the people on the
deflected?
pitch. Deflection, yeah. You know, Alexander, I can't stand the bloke. Honestly, I can't stand him. He just struts around the pitch like
fair,
he's Maradona.
When he went off, I thought, oh my God, they've had a mare taking him off, because I thought him and Salah were starting to.
Offensively, he's good, but defensively, I watched him. I think he whipped the ball around the back of the defence, and we picked it off, and then we broke on him. And I was watching him, and he doesn't trap. If I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm absolutely spewing. He doesn't trap back, but I don't care about Liverpool. It's a really, really good point from Villa. You know, we're going to be up against it to try and get, Champions League. I think we're going to get Europe. I really do. I'm confident of that. But, you know, Rashford's starting tonight. We've got an hour into legs of him and Asensio. That's massive for us. And we've got players to come off the bench. You know, we've got Ramsey, Marlon played really well when he come on. Another good goal for Ollie Watkins. Lots of positives.
Yeah, but we've got to build on it.
Of course,
do you know what I mean?
We've got the opportunity, haven't we, Luke?
Yeah.
We've got another.
But we have to do it.
We knew this was a massive week. Liverpool and Chelsea in quick succession, very similar to the Man City Arsenal of last year. You know, lots of people are negative. Lots of people are like, oh, you know. But in my lifetime, I can't remember going into every single game confident we can win a game, and that's what we do with this side. You know, Disassi. If you listen to Chelsea fans, he was a disaster. He was absolutely outstanding tonight. He's so calm on the ball. The young kid at the back, Garcia, all right, he makes a mistake, but he's excellent. You know, he's really, really good. We've made some astute signings. We're still building. We're still having to integrate these new players into our setup, whilst trying to compete in 3 competitions. Everyone just thinks it's easy. Just turn up, we'll win the game. Turn up, win the game. Spend a load of money, win the game. It doesn't happen like that. You have to have structures in place, and you have to have ways of playing. And we've got that at Villa. We've got to be a little bit patient. We're still going on 3 fronts. We've got a really winnable game for me on Saturday. That's a really positive performance tonight. I think if we win on Saturday, we're still in the hunt, aren't we? That's all we can do.
Definitely. Up the Villa. Mate, talk to me.
Crazy game, really, wasn't it? Crazy game, and kind of like summed up our season, really. Like, we can be wonderful at times and cut through teams, and other times we can like self-harm. And we've seen our season there in 90 minutes, and but a thoroughly enjoyable game. I thought we attacked Liverpool really well. Like, this is the elite at the minute, the elite of our domestic league and the elite of Europe. They finished top of the Champions League group, so this is the best team in Europe as it stands. And like, we should have won, really, or could have won, should have won. Like, we had the better chances towards the end. We looked stronger, but ultra competitive. Like, probably one of the most competitive performances I've seen against Liverpool since we've come back in the Premier League. Really.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were saying in the fan zone before the game. Be competitive, take the game late on, still be involved in the game, and we were, really. And you know, there was a lot of like bright sparks from Villa today. I thought structurally we were good. We were posing the massive problems, but I think like under the radar players played well for me. Like the double pivot, I thought was brilliant. Disassi was great. I thought Garcia was great, even though he made that mistake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So collectively as a team, we were there, and I think that was massive for us.
You've got to think that the infancy of that defence, like Garcia, Disassi, Mings is only finding his way back in. That back four, like, has hardly the minutes they've accumulated together is nothing in comparison to our season. And like, for them to come together and perform the way they did, yes, sometimes we live dangerously. We really live dangerously at the back. But you know, when you put wouldn't say makeshift because they're our players, but you've put that defence together. They're the only ones that are fit enough to play, and they've performed against like that elite strike force. You know, we've done all right. So you got to feel for Garcia. Like he had a tremendous first half, and then that at the end. But look, we rallied around him. Like the fans got behind him, the players got behind him, and we reversed that 1-0 deficit to a 2-1 lead. And I thought, like you say, the pivot, brilliant. Like Yuri Tillemans, every blade of grass, and he loves a goal down here against Liverpool as well, doesn't he? And the front line as well. I thought Rashford running and Watkins running and Rodgers as well. Like the cover space, great. So look, there's more positives than negatives. You know, it's only another point, and I'm fed up with the draws. You know, like we seem to be relentlessly drawing.
But I think what I always felt in the back of my mind that this game was sort of like not a free hit because it's a game week about 3 or 4 ahead of everybody else. So we have managed to climb and get a point in front of them. Do you know what I mean? So I think if we can back it up on Saturday,
then I think that's the main thing. I think if we can get that Saturday, that's 5 points out of 3. So that would give a better feel to the end of this week. So see you Saturday.
What did you make of the game today?
Yeah, it was a class game.
Who stood out for you today?
Pardon?
Who stood out for you today, player-wise?
My favourite player?
Yeah.
Probably. I liked the Sassy though. He was very
Sassy
calm.
was good?
Yeah,
he was so like commanding and sort of like imposing at the back. I think he really helped us, didn't he?
Yeah.
And who would you say was your man of the match today?
Don't really know.
Don't really know.
I thought Watkins was good.
Yeah, you liked Watkins' goal. Yeah, cool. And where do you think this sort of leaves us now going into the weekend against Chelsea?
I think we're in a good mood. I think we'll get a good result on Saturday.
And where were you sitting today?
I was sitting in the padded seats in Trinity.
Oh, nice. Was it good?
Yeah.
Cool. Up the Villa, mate. Here we go. Talk to me.
2-2 at Villa Park. I did say to a friend of mine, you're playing at Villa Park, it's going to be a hard game. We're not just going to be a pushover. And, we showed that. I didn't think we started off well. Obviously with the Garcia giving the ball away, that kind of, I thought, they might run away with it a little bit. We might lose control. But we got our goal back. Tielemans, good goal to be honest with you. And it all started from Rashford, obviously, with the free kick. So, but overall, I think we could have snuck it at the end. Marlon with that shot at the end. I thought I was inches wide, and sitting right in the hole 10, I saw it, and I thought we could have snuck it in the end. But I didn't think a lot of our players had great games. I think Tielemans had a very good game, McGinn as well. Rashford was a bit off with his passing. Sensio looked a bit edgy as well. And Mings, I don't know if he's pulled up injured or something, but he didn't look exactly himself as well. So, I thought we could have won it in the end. Probably disappointed, but we'll take the point against the Liverpool side, who are obviously top of the league. We've got Chelsea up next. We can only pick up points to try and get European football again. So,
just got to turn up on Saturday now, haven't we?
Yeah, obviously Chelsea, they're way above us at the moment. That 3 points is going to be as soon as like a six pointer in a way. That's a big game for us. So, I think we've just got to show more intent. I think Rodgers was started off slow. Yeah. If he had a good game as well, we may have got a lot more. And Ramsey looked, really good as well when he came on, and Cash. But we did freshen it up. But I still think we're probably disappointed losing 2 points at the end of it. And they've obviously gone and taken what they did. And that Trent goal was disappointing, to be honest with you, from where we lost the ball and how we conceded. That was poor. And I think we'll go back and look at that. But I think in the end we'll take whatever it is we got given at the moment. And I think it is a point in the right direction. I don't think it's 2 points lost, but at the end of it we're probably disappointed we didn't take all points, all of the points really.
Fair. Cheers, mate. Up there.